Chapter 19. Club de Leones Fight, Sinaloense. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Napoleon Bonaparte. My legs lifted backward, high up on the air. I could see myself falling slowly, very slowly. Is this how astronauts feel floating in space? I thought. The punch was so hard that it didn't hurt. It felt like that familiar numbed and scary feeling from previous fights. It didn't knock me out though. After landing on a table next to the ballroom's bathroom, I tried to get up, confused and dizzy. But my assailant was already on top of me, throwing punches with the fury of a full speed and upright snowblower destroying anything on its path. How did I reverse him, ending up on top? I don't know. All I know is that I did. I promised mi amor, that's how I used to call my girlfriend, not to fight. This was a special night, our senior prom night. Just this once, she had asked. Mi amor hated when I fought. It was always messy, bloody, then the cops, the vendettas, too much drama, she used to say. Mi amor was beautiful. Symmetrical facial features, petite, a sculptural body that seemed to be a Michelangelo's piece of art. She had an amazingly positive outlook in life. Tonight she looked radiant. Her tight black dress, her gardenia scent, her promising, hypnotizing eyes. But wait, let's not get carried away with the beauty of my queen. Tonight, this night, the town, everybody in Apatzingan would find out if I was a real fighter or just a small town brawler. 2 months ago, I'd fought and beat one of the town's biggest badasses. That fight was followed by another the following weekend, and then another the following weekend, and so on, until they had to bring El Sinaloense, the one from Sinaloa. Just like in the US, the East and the West have rivalries. Sinaloa was the nemesis of Michoacan. Why? I don't know. But that's the way it was. El Sinaloense was a pro boxer, in his mid-20s, heavier and faster than I was. At over 6 feet tall, slender, the athletic type, his slick back hair ending in a ponytail, his comfortable walk like he owned the place, and his intense look and threatening black eyes made him look more dangerous than a gorilla on meth. "This is beautiful," mi amor said, cheerily, when we walked into the noisy ballroom. In front of us, the band jammed away Michael Jackson's Beat It. They told him, "Don't you ever come in around here. Don't want to see your face. You better disappear. The fire's on their eyes and the words are really clear. Beat it. Just beat it." Next to the band, my friends stood. We were a unique crowd, an odd crowd. My crowd. Some were wearing $200 American jeans. Why are they so expensive? I always wondered. And some wearing their older brothers' hand-me-downs. It didn't matter. Either way, we were more than friends. We were brothers. I could trust them with my life. We had been through so much. But just when I began to get comfortable, I wondered why my heart pounded faster than a jackrabbit on a sunny spring day. Oh yeah, to my right, El Sinaloense stood as tall and mighty as the cement pillar he was leaning on. He was drinking El Patron, the drink of choice for those who could afford that fine tequila. His relaxed demeanor told me he had a plan. I hated that, not knowing what my opponent was up to. My suspicions were confirmed when I walked by the bar. He and some of my previous opponents stopped talking, stared and whispered. They seemed to be waiting for the right moment to attack. It looked like they were pointing at my shoes. Did they notice that they were old and slippery, and hence I would fall easily? "Hey, don't look their way," my girlfriend said, getting me back to reality. I'm just checking the room out. I hugged her, pulled her close. The touch of her lean and vibrant waist brought me to that place we both had been. A corner in heaven, she used to say. She was not only my girlfriend, she was my friend, my pillar, my refuge. It was effortless being with her. I wished we could just walk away from it all and enjoy our special nights, away from the noise and the people. Walking fast to the bathroom, the only thing in my mind was to unload the 3 beers I had just guzzled down. Suddenly, time froze. An eerie feeling ran through my spine. The pillar, like a ghostly giant on the table, where my nemesis was moments ago, were both deserted. Where did the hyenas go? Where did El Sinaloense go? Did they leave? Can I enjoy the party without thinking about the fight? I thought. Thump! From behind the pillar, the punch came as hard as a baseball bat, with the fury of Baby Ruth swinging and hitting a home run to the moon. My assailant's lean and bony knuckles hit me square in the jaw. I fell to the floor. The smell and touch of urine, beer, water, whatever that was, didn't seem to bother me. El Sinaloense and I struggled and rolled around the floor outside the men's restroom. For a moment, I thought I had a chance. I was grounding and pounding El Sinaloense. I couldn't believe I was on top of him. Hadn't I just been punched? I was exhilarated because I remember somebody had said that I had no chance to win if we fought standing up. He's a boxer. He'll kick your ass all the way to your neighborhood, they had said. I had to take the fight to the ground. Dirty fighting. It was on now. However, that's all it was, a moment of victory. What the? Somebody please help him! Mi amor yelled right before a kick landed on my jaw. Yet again I was tasting the wet ground, full of urine, saliva, and God knows what else. But that didn't matter right now. Right now I just wanted to protect myself. How many more are there? How bad will they beat me? Will I be able to take my girlfriend back home? I promised her parents I would. But more importantly, where the hell are my friends? They can't let this happen. Did they run? Did they abandon me? I thought, feeling as helpless as a cat in a Mexican dogfight. The momentum of the kick on my face made me roll back up on my feet. I was standing, El Sinaloense crouching down, and my second assailant looking at me in disbelief, probably thinking, why won't he stay down? I seized the moment and charged at him like a rabid chupacabra. There they were. I finally saw my friends cheering and saying, "You can beat them both, Elio. Keep on going. We'll watch your back." Ha! I smiled. I smirked. Watch my back? What would it look like if he weren't watching my back? I felt alone and confused. I don't want to fight anymore. I want to live. I want out. I've outgrown this town. I have to go. I must leave if I want to live. "Stop it right now! Take it outside! I'm calling the cops!" a security guard yelled. During the confusion, some people walked outside of the Club de Leones, the ballroom where the party was taking place. I stayed inside, or rather, my friends Rafa and Goris held me back. I peeked outside, and there he was again in the middle of the street yelling, "Come on, Elio, just you and I. This time nobody will interfere. This ends tonight." What's that in his right hand? Is it a machete? I thought. "The hell you will!" Goris clinched me from behind and stopped me from charging at the shiny machete. What would have happened if I walked into that fight? Who knows? Machete fights have to be among the most gruesome fights. I'd heard of African rebels killing civilians with machetes, or fighting soldiers with machetes. But closer to Michoacan, I'd heard that in Guerrero, the state next to Michoacan, when hillbillies wanted to fight, they would have machete fights. It worked like this. When somebody challenged anybody to a machete fight, much like the 19th century pistol duels, they would bring a referee and each other would bring a helper. Once the fight had been arranged and everybody was present, the referee supervised the helpers, tying one of the fighters' arm to the others with a rope. The fighters were tethered to each other, both by one arm. Once the referee made sure that neither fighter could run away from the other, he commanded the helpers to bring out the machetes. The referee counted to 1, 2, 3, would say, "Give them the machetes," and the fight began. Imagine that. How do people train for machete fights? God knows. "We're going home, Elio," said mi amor, "or I'll die with you here tonight if you continue with this madness." That comment pierced through the deepest part of my heart. What kind of a man am I, that I am putting her life at risk? "You are right, chula. We're going home tonight." "This way, Goris! Bring Elio this way," yelled Rafa, asking to follow him out of the ballroom, and Goris dragging me along with him. The next morning, after that incredible nightmare, "Have fun," my mom whispered in my ear, while she gave me a hug and greeted my coach. "Elio's the most ferocious forward I've ever had on my team. Even in the worst of circumstances, he would save Jesus at the cross if Elio were there. He would leave his last drop of blood on the court for the team." My mom smiled and waved. That sunny and beautiful Sunday morning, we had a basketball state championship. Los Alacranes Rojos, the Red Scorpions, the name of our team. We're going to play Morelia, the state champion for the last 10 years. The state championship basketball game started. It was a dogfight from bell to bell. No quarter was given and no quarter was taken. In the end, we lost, but our town, our team, and our coach were proud of us. We lost, but we left everything on the court. We had left our last drop of sweat and blood in the game. Later, my deep thoughts were interrupted. While walking back home through the colonial Spanish streets of Apatzingan,
Juan, Colorado me llaman, soy señores de Michoacán. Ya hasta los más salidones al mirarme muchos se van. Traigo mi cuerpo una silla que es de cuero, plata y marfil. Siento para que entre rendir, que viva mi tierra Michoacán y de mecharanda para brindar, que Juan Colorado ya está aquí, montado en su cueco en huracán. Cuando me encuentro resuelto que de frente quiera pelear, con mi pistola y machete por mi suerte yo he de ganar. Que viva mi tierra Michoacán y de mecharanda para brindar, que Juan Colorado ya se va, montado en su cuenco en huracán.